Hi, my name is Hannah Carmona, and I am so excited to read with you guys Old Man of the Sea. One of my favorite things about this book is how the vivid colors in the illustrations just seem to coincide almost exactly with the words, and it's exactly the type of illustrations you would hope to see in a book about the sea. So this book is about a little boy whose grandpa tells him all about the adventures he has out at sea.
Every Sunday, Grandpa would wait for me in his room, and I would take my place at the foot of the bed. There were days when Grandpa wanted to talk, and days when we would sit in silence. One day, Grandpa held my hand and pulled me closer. "Do you see my face?" he asked. "Every line on my skin tells the story of my life." From that day on, Grandpa told stories of the time he spent at sea. He was a great sailor, my grandpa. On board his ship, he studied maps and compasses and navigated the oceans by the stars in the sky. Whenever he began one of his tales, he would look at me in a way that embarrassed me a little. "All aboard!" he would yell. Grandpa spent many months at sea, but it was on land when he met his first love, Europe. Together they wandered through fairy tale castles and ate picnics in groves of olive trees. Grandpa loved Europe, but he could hear the ocean calling. He filled his luggage with stories and returned to the sea. Grandpa liked to observe the entire horizon. There, only a thin line separated the dark blue of the sea and the light blue of the sky. He felt an immense peace. Before long, Grandpa fell in love again, this time with Africa. Together they danced to the rhythm of drums and climbed the sand dunes to watch the sun go down. Grandpa loved Africa, but soon he felt the pull of the ocean. He filled his luggage with stories and returned to the sea. At night, Grandpa lay on the deck and observed the stars play hide and seek with the clouds. Sleeping under the moonlit sky made him happy. Time passed and Grandpa met Asia, who quickly conquered his heart. Together they ate spices that burned their tongues and shared secrets in ancient temples. Grandpa loved Asia, but he could hear the captain calling, "All aboard!" He filled his luggage with stories and returned to the sea. From his ship, Grandpa spoke to the birds. Whales came and went, following the vessel, and dolphins visited him every day. At sea, Grandpa didn't feel loneliness. Months passed, and Grandpa met Oceana, and soon love blossomed once more. Together they listened to the sweet songs of birds and dived in clear waters where fishermen cast their nets. Grandpa loved Oceana, but before long the ocean waves beckoned. He filled his luggage with stories and returned to the sea. One calm and quiet evening, Grandpa had a feeling that something was about to change. A storm rose up that darkened the sky. The wind started to howl, mixing the waters with furious waves, and the rain came tumbling down. Grandpa was frightened. The ship reared up and received a blow that threw him into the water. He told me that a mermaid dragged him to a small beach and left him there unconscious. When he opened his eyes, Grandpa found America kneeling beside him. Together they set out for the wide horizon and passed through springs, summers, autumns, and winters, side by side. With America, my grandpa found true love. They married, worked hard, had children, and made a family. For the first time in his life, Grandpa forgot to go back to the sea. When Grandpa finished telling me his tales, I jumped from the bed like someone disembarking from a long voyage. On my way home, I wondered if Grandpa was inventing stories just to distract me from noticing how frail he had become. But I loved hearing Grandpa's stories. even if they were made up. Grandpa always told me, to learn north, east, south, and west, you need to navigate. The land is your grandmother, her stories, your stories, and my life, my grandson, is a sailor's knot, simple, resistant, and easy to untie. Grandpa was a man of the sea.
Thank you so much for joining me in this reading of Old Man of the Sea. I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I did. I hope to see you guys again soon, and happy reading!